We're here in the port of Los Angeles, San Pedro. Nice to see all of
Behind
you.
us is the Vincent Thomas Bridge.
I can turn it around just to talk. Why don't you?
Sorry.
Everyone.
Okay, you go ahead and start it.
Or I don't have my
Oh, okay. All right,
Sorry.
there we go. We
My
got
thing
you
is
turned.
red.
Say something.
Hello?
Yeah, it bounces. Okay. So we got everybody here. This right below the Vincent Thomas Bridge, that's the Catalina Express.
Well, here, let's see if anybody wants to say hi.
All
Does
right.
anybody want to say hi?
We have members of the Let's Go family.
Hi.
Everybody wave. Hello. There we are.
What's happening, everybody?
Hi.
We miss you all.
There's Emil and the Queen. And we have
Randy.
That's right.
Christy.
Here's his wife. Okay.
You didn't know you were going to have to do this, did you?
Kathy. Tim and
Cindy, come over
Cindy.
here. Come over here.
Yeah, we're
love.
coming
First-
around this way.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Would you like to say hi to anybody?
Hi, Marilyn and Chris.
There you go.
Anything else you want to tell them?
Nope.
Okay.
Wish you guys were here. That's all.
Oh, we wish you were here too. So.
All right.
You go.
So we're going to go down here out of the way so we're not bugging anybody. We'll go on the other side and go right here.
I'll be right with you.
Okay, I'll be just right over here and we'll start talking to people. Okay, we are having a wonderful time because if anybody watched my video yesterday, our video, because the star of the show and I do the edit, so you noticed that we left yesterday from Salt Lake City in the middle of a snowstorm. So, hi Susan, thank you for joining us. So, yeah, it was snowing. It snowed all morning. I had to scrape 1.5 inches, 2 inches of snow off the car because we don't park that one in the garage. And I shoveled enough so that I didn't have to drag the suitcases through the snow to the trunk. So yeah, it was snowing yesterday. It was probably in the mid to upper 30s. It was quite nice for a snowstorm. It was not bad. So we left there about 3:15. We had to take an extra 15 minutes and go through the de-icing. Sorry, I didn't see who was. I don't have my glasses today, Susan. And then Nancy, yes, be here in California to Vancouver. So yeah, we had to do the de-icing on the plane, and that's the first time we've been on a regional jet in a while. You know, we've been going cross country more, so they've been the larger jets. So we had a regional jet, and we flew direct into Long Beach. If you look past the Vincent Thomas Bridge here, you look under that white tarp they've got up there, you see another bridge over there, and that's the bridge that comes from across Long Beach. And so all those, so you see the freight stuff here. This is Terminal Island, and across there, that goes over towards Long Beach Harbor. And Long Beach Harbor is where the Queen Mary is. You've got Carnival ships go out of Long Beach Harbor, right next to the Queen Mary. See some trucks going over the bridge here. So Allison talked about MSC. Well, there's an MSC freighter right there, a cargo ship. So same family, same company that makes the new MSC cruises. So here we are in the port of Los Angeles. Again, like I said, that's Long Beach over there. Thanks, McKay. So just a beautiful, actually very beautiful day here in Los Angeles. Very typical February day. It's 68 degrees. It's hazy. Now you got to remember, I was born and raised in Los Angeles, so I won't call it smog. This is just haze. You know, it's not bad. When I grew up in the 70s, yeah, it was smog, and there were days that it was bad. I would come out of PE class just wheezing because it was that bad. Now, if you look very carefully, up past the Vincent Thomas Bridge, oh look, here's everybody joining in. Thank you. Bon voyage. Thank you. We plan to have a great trip. Thanks, Sue and Phil. Here's a boat coming in with a bunch of. Now, I don't know if this one went over to Catalina as well. That's the Catalina Express right below us, the catamaran. But the red one, I don't know if it's just a harbor cruise or what. Maybe they may have been out whale watching actually. So, but just nice to be back. This is, like I said, a very typical February day. 68 degrees, sunshine. Ron and Donna Brown, their favorite princess cruise was Panama Canal. So yeah, we are departing here in the next half hour, and we are headed, as being asked, we are headed to the Panama Canal. So tonight we'll okay, a little bit of back up here. This is aft. So we will back out of this location here, and then we will turn and head out to sea. Okay, I'm not looking out to the ocean right now. I'm looking up in towards Los Angeles, into the LA basin. You really can't see it. If you see those 3 or 4 tanks right there, beyond it there's a bunch of cranes. That tall crane that's almost nearly vertical, kind of an orangish color, just to the left of it is Mount Baldy. I can see the snow sticking out through the haze. That is, at the base of that is pretty much where I grew up and was raised. Love the shirts. Absolutely love the shirts.
We all made it so far.
We are live.
Stanley, okay?
Where's Stanley?
He's coming. He's
Okay.
getting his picture over there.
Oh, Stanley's right coming here, so we're going to get our picture with him. Okay. I'll take off my hat and glasses.
Okay.
Shoot.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi there. Is this
This is
okay?
the husband, right?
Yes.
All right, we
Thank you
found
very
this.
much.
I am the
I
man.
got my picture already.
Oh, we got Stanley here with us.
Yep, one more like this. Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. Thank you so much. We are live on YouTube right now, so we are happy to have you with us. Thank you so much. We are happy to be here. There you go. Sorry for the bouncing around. Just beautiful here today. Absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, to me, this is a perfect day. This is the port. Like I said, this is Port of Los Angeles. This is San Pedro at the base of the Vincent Thomas Bridge here. When we turn around, when we back out and turn around, I'll show you more of. I did. I got them already. Oh, Rhonda, we wish you were here too. This is just a gorgeous day. Let me go back to our itinerary for those that aren't aware. So we will depart here. We were thought at 3 o'clock, but they changed it to 4 o'clock. You'll see you can see down there the fuel barge is still attached, though they're not pumping anymore because they turned off the pump. So at least that noise went away. When we back out, I'll show you, this is the terminal it's Pier 93. This is the terminal that was used for the Love Boat Sailaways, for the show. So this is the original World Cruise terminal that has been here for the Port of Los Angeles. There is no confetti being thrown. There is no fanfare going on. But, oh, it is the Catalina Express here. So where I'm being asked how long was the ride from the airport. So we flew into Long Beach, which, like I said, it's just past that bridge over there. It was 28 minutes from the time that he picked us up at the airport, came along that bridge there, came across here, the Vincent Thomas Bridge, and then just on the other side of where we are now, about 6 blocks, is the Crown Plaza Hotel. And if you saw our video yesterday, you saw the room tour and you saw the Crown Plaza. We're talking about that. So it was just a quick drive. We didn't have to battle the 405 traffic, and we were able to come straight across this. I don't remember the number on this one. And it just brought us right to where we needed to be here. And then you saw that we went to dinner at the Green Onion. Very, very good dinner. So,
One person I forgot to say hello to.
who's that?
My nephew Shay Shay. Hi Shay Shay. Sorry I missed you. Be a good boy.
He didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Now he knows. See, he's been special now.
That's right. Be good.
All right, you bet. So yeah, we'll depart here out of about 4 o'clock, and then they're starting to slacken the lines on that barge, so that barge will be pulled away here shortly. And that's the Catalina Classic Cruise, it says. So those, excuse me, they have spent the day out on Catalina Island. Should have gotten a drink. Santa Catalina Island is about 25 miles off the coast here, and it's an island that is about 25 miles long and about a mile wide, and it is very much a very beautiful place. They've tried to mimic some Mediterranean island stuff. They've done a nice job. I have not been to Catalina probably for 40 years, but I remember going out there as a kid. My dad actually had a 28-foot cabin cruiser, and my first Thanksgiving, I was 3 weeks old, and I spent it out there at Catalina Island in Avalon Harbor. If any of my family is on here today, they would remember that more than I would. So, but Catalina is a beautiful place. We will not be stopping there. They do have cruises that stop at Catalina Island, but this cruise, we are headed straight down the coast. We are going to go for 2 sea days. So tonight, we will just slip along the side of the west coast of Baja, California. Probably by tomorrow evening, we may be slipping past Cabo San Lucas. We are not stopping in Cabo. Let's see. Someone just asked me a question. How big is your group? There are 50 people in the group this time. So we've got a good sized group. We met a few of them as we got on board. Dinner is in an hour and a half, and we have 50 seats for dinner. Don't know if everybody's going to join us, but we made totes for everybody. I'll show you a picture once we get those handed out. So we will scoot on down the coast. Sea day on Saturday and Sunday, and Monday morning 8 o'clock local time, which is Central Time in the U.S. here, we will be in the port of Puerto Vallarta. So let's see, exciting. Your video of the port and live Sailaway, very useful. I'm glad that you enjoy those. So, and we did finally get Coke. We got a couple of Diet Cokes as we boarded, So yeah, thanks. That very much helped us out. So yeah, like I said, Monday morning is Puerto Vallarta. Tuesday we get to the next port, Jaltulco, if I remember right. I am not very well versed in Spanish, but that I think is Tuesday. Puerto Vallarta and Jaltulco are about 85 degrees temperature-wise, from what we've heard lately. Then I think we have another sea day, maybe another. And then we get to another port at the very south end of Mexico, right near the border. Then another sea day, and then we get to, I think it's Point Arenas in Costa Rica. We'll spend a day there, then another sea day, and Monday, the following Monday, we arrive off the port of Panama. And we have a day there at Panama City that we have an excursion that will take us into the port, and we will go to the canal and we will watch other ships as they go through the canal that day. I think it's the first set of locks there on the Pacific side. And of course the orientation of Panama really is east to west. And the canal basically goes almost directly north, but almost a little bit more northwest. I made a map, and I'll show a picture of that so that everybody can see that when we're getting down there. So we will go through the Panama Canal the next day. And if I remember right, it's Tuesday, March 4th is the day that we go through the Panama Canal. We plan to go live as we get on the ship, as we're on the ship, and then we will be through there the whole day.
Hi.
There we go. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Oh, ready to depart.
Been waiting, haven't we?
Let's get this show on the road.
Okay. The food at the Green Onion was good. We've decided to have our dinner there next week. I highly recommend it. We had what was called fajita Diaz. So basically it's a fajita that's cooked also like a quesadilla. So it's the fajita seasoning, which I love fajitas, but it's done where it's fried like a quesadilla. And we were really pleased with it. Lynn did the Ocean to Ocean Panama in a while back. So the camera glasses have worked great. I'll turn them around. I'm wearing them right now. So some of the footage in the video that I put up yesterday or this morning actually, that was taken, if you look at what we're doing when we're at the airport, going through baggage claim, I was wearing these glasses. It just made everything wonderful. It does make it so that it's not the proper orientation. I had to crop it to fit for YouTube, but boy, it is really handy. I don't have to hold anything. I just click, and it does have an indicator light. So if you look at me, there's a light flashing that indicates that I'm taking video, and that's supposed to be my warning for people to, if they don't want to have their video taken, that's it. Somebody, I hear a siren going off over there. Point Arenas, I wish I were still going to be there, but Monday, very long pier. Okay, I saw that. Beach stalls, restaurant stalls on the beach. I looked at that. So we're hoping to do that, and also in Jaltulco.
This man was born over here. He's given a travelogue. He can give you a play-by-play, step-by-step, inch-by-inch information of exactly where we are. Every bridge, every hill, every mountain, every turn. This is the man to listen to for this port in Los Angeles. So enjoy him. Thank you.
Thank you, Mel. Did you see the boat that just came in from Catalina?
Yes.
They spent the day on Catalina Island.
All of these people that are going on that one, and there's birthday parties, and they're carrying balloons. And I would definitely, if I lived here, I would be on one of those.
Yeah,
Looks like a lot of fun.
they are.
Catalina is gorgeous.
I would recommend going from Newport Beach. Newport Beach is a funner place.
Okay, really?
Consider Miami and Fort Lauderdale, Los Angeles and Newport Beach.
All right.
That to me, though there are no cruise ships out of Newport. Newport Harbor is the largest pleasure craft harbor in the United States.
Nothing like a good pleasure craft.
Yes. Newport is where I spent a lot of my youth. Most summers we were down there.
I'm sure the memories.
Oh yeah.
Nothing like summer memories.
Hopping on a bike, we bought a tandem bicycle and we would ride it along the bike path, just back and forth. Oh, it was a lot of fun. The days that we would, and the minute we got down there, my dad would pick up the phone and he would call our neighbors and say, who wants to come? Come on down.
That's it. My kind of guy.
Yeah, spend the day with us, spend a couple of days with us. The house was built in 1910. And so by the time we got it in 72, it was 62 years old. And as a 12-year-old kid, I thought it was a dump. And now I look back and it was the best place ever.
Who'd you bought it from the original owners?
No, it had been through a few. Just a wonderful story about how my dad got that place, I'll tell you later. But just fantastic memories there. We bought a boat. It was called a Navy Q boat, a quartermaster boat. Think of the Jungle Cruise boat at Disneyland,
Right.
about the same configuration and size. And it had a straight six cast iron Chrysler. And we would putt around the harbor in that, buy a couple of buckets of the Colonel's chicken, and we would just sit there. We'd get a jar of bubbles and let those go around.
Cool.
These are our champagne cruises.
Lawrence Welk.
Pretty much, yeah. Just a lot of fun. I learned to sail when I was 12 years old in an 8-foot Sabot, little dinghy, and then graduated to a Hobie Cat. Got a catamaran a couple years later.
Oh, nice.
And my brother and I took that thing out, and the first thing he did was tip it over. Not on purpose. Man, the memories. Just a lot of good times. Looks like that freighter's backing out up there.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah, he is.
yeah, just a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous day here.
The same like when we left New York. Remember this, because in a few days you're going to melt.
So, as you've been listening to the commentary here, that's Emil, and he and his queen just spent the last 16 days doing the same voyage in reverse from Fort Lauderdale. So they've joined us, and they will be going between here and back. Oh, they want to see Emil. I've got to turn this. There we are.
What's happening, everybody? He has to make the wide angle lens. But we're getting there. The Manjaro is working a little bit.
So there we are. So I hope that we'll be backing out here. So they thought they were starting to loosen the line there. He's moved. So I guess he's getting ready to get off there. Fiona did the Panama Canal coast to coast in 2011.
You know, we have lunch with Fiona
Yeah.
in August. 6 of us. No, 8 of us now, because we inherited 2 Scottish people on the last cruise. And they're going to come with Fiona and Gordon and Larson and Allison. And we're going to eat lunch in Edinburgh. Because I can't say Edinburgh because they killed me, these Scottish people.
But it is Edinburgh.
But I say Edinburgh. And they say, no, it's Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Like Glasgow. And then Fiona's there?
Yes, she was.
Fiona, these new people live in Stirling, Scotland. So I wrote Sterling. And Fiona got on me. No, Stirling. Fiona doesn't let me get away with anything.
Good. Someone's got to keep you in check.
That's right. Got to be held in check.
So you can see they've tied fast to that barge down there. So that tug is going to take that barge away from us. That's the fuel barge that's been sitting there. And they finished fueling up about 20-30 minutes ago, right before we, actually I guess it was longer because we've been online 25 minutes. They turned it off about 5 minutes before we started our live. So we are fueled. We've got a few people here on deck. Everybody wants to watch the Sailaway. Like I said, there's that freighter backing up out there. So we are so happy to have you all here. We're just going to keep going for a while. There's no reason to stop. And I've appreciated the comments everybody's been given. Who else has been on the Panama Canal cruise? Dive in and jump in and give us a holler if you had. And who else has sailed out of the port of Los Angeles here? Again, to me, this is pure nostalgia. Just the memories come flooding back of the times that I've been here with family as a youngster, in college as my roommate and I, we flew down from BYU and stayed, well, it was Christmas time, so we stayed at home with our respective families. And then I remember it was, I think it was January 1st, we hopped on a ship that was right here at this port. So I have gone out of this port once before. And, oh, someone's watching this on the Earth Cam. Where is the Earth Cam situated? Is it over there on the bridge or where? But anyway, we, Ontario Girl did the Panama Canal cruise. But so yeah, I went out of here on a carnival ship, the Tropical, which is no longer around. And it was a trip that took us down Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, and Cabo San Lucas. Someone else mentioned, I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was, but said that when you went through the Panama Canal, Acapulco was one of your stops. And if you remember our live that we did last week from the Love Boat, I talked about that was one of the stops that they used to have on the original Love Boat series. So a couple more here out of Los Angeles on the Emerald for the Eclipse. Oh, we were out of here last year on the Discovery for the Eclipse. So Rhonda, glad you did that. Over by the Tugs dock. Oh, okay. I guess, is that right in front of us? Let's see, that's the Catalina dock. Jerry's been through here 3 times, the last time in December. The Tugs dock, not sure where that is. Maybe it's in front of us. Boy, the freighters that are going here. Isn't that incredible? The California Highway. Habakkuk was here on the Island Princess, the sister ship of one we're on. That is an amazing ship, that California Highway. I'm not sure. Can anybody tell me what that would be hauling? That is amazing. That's not your standard cargo ship with the container. It's not a container ship. And to me, it's riding high in the water. I would think it could ride lower. So I don't, I'm guessing that there's not a lot on there. It's over by the Navy ship, if that, okay, yeah, the Tug's in front of us. Eric and MJ did this cruise. Hey, Mary Jo, thanks. A car carrier, that could easily be a car carrier. So I wonder, being a car carrier, if that is empty now, headed back to Asia, maybe to pick up some Japanese cars or some Korean cars. And yeah, I would agree with that, because on the back there, that looks like a ramp that would go up and down. That is to me a very amazing ship. Now it's interesting they got that tug on the back with the line. I guess that keeps them from going astray. Yes, a vehicle ship is what Susan tells us. Lester's tracking the submarine traffic. A roll on, roll off. Okay, car carrier. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for that information. I'll remember that next time. Look at those cargo ships. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see. If I do this right. Okay. There we go. So zoom in here just a little bit. There's some cargo ships over there. Okay, Fiona says it's on its way back to Japan. It's wonderful. Now, if you look, maybe you can see, I'm going to zoom in some more. And I know it's going to be jiggly for a little bit, but that crane that's nearly vertical, just to the left of it, so right almost dead center in the picture here, that's Mount Baldy. And there's just ever so slightly some snow on there. I'm going to back out so that you're not all jiggly again. I want you to have a nice, be able to see us. So yeah, I was telling you that on February 4th is the day that we transit the Panama Canal. And then we spend another day at sea. We'll be in Aruba for a day, and then another day at sea and back to Fort Lauderdale. Maybe it's 2 days at sea, and we get off the ship March 9th in Fort Lauderdale, and we fly home that night. So you can see this fuel barge is backed up a lot. And now that the tug that's attached to it, he's moving out. So I think we're going to be pretty much on time here. So if you hang with us another 20 minutes, we will be pointed in a whole nother direction. We will be looking, probably the ship will be headed south out the harbor entrance, and we will be looking towards the west. So I'll give you a whole different perspective here in a little bit. So Fiona's cleared her calendar for the 4th, so she can be on there. Couldn't believe the number of containers and cargo ships to go to Panama. That we are excited to go through the canal and see the ships. And so, if you remember, when I was okay, let me back up a little bit. I talked about, so there's Long Beach down there and Los Angeles and down towards Newport. When we go out of the harbor here, we're going to see a ship or two, not very many. It's just not, yes, there are a lot of ships here, but they come and go so that you don't see them come and go all the time. They're not out there all at the same time. They go in at onesies and twosies. But 4 years ago, when the cruise restart was happening, and we came down here to the Port of Los Angeles in October of 2021 on the Majestic Princess. We boarded the Majestic. Oh, here's the ship, the fuel barge. Oh, let's listen to what the captain says.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your cruise director, Pedro. Now to with an evening rundown of today's entertainment. We're still alongside awaiting the barge on one of the sides of the ship to finish loading up our fuel on our season-day cruise, and of course, then we'll be on our way on deck 14 and deck 15. We'll be able to sail away, ladies and gentlemen, just after 4. But in the meantime, I want to remind you that, of course, the ocean front is ready for you with our lead navigators to answer any great questions about the Princess app. Connecting the Princess app and the Medallion, it gives you access to all of our events and activities around the ship. First come, first serve, including our Princess Theater tonight at 7:30 or 9:30. Radio Recall presented by Broadway actor. He actually played Jesus Christ in Jesus Christ Superstar. He'll be performing an amazing show with pop, rock, and musical theater. Mr. Aaron Levigny in Radio Recall at 7:30 and 9:30 p.m. tonight. Plus the Strike Up game show in Florida at 8:30.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Wish you were here with us.
At Excursion we'll also Universe Lounge will have It Is With Us, a wonderful movie that you guys will enjoy as well. And continuing on with all the wonderful.
A lot of people here now.
Shopping spree from Empty and Text 6 next to the International Cafe by the Casino. You'll be able to enter for a chance to win $1,000 shopping spree. The shopping show will be tomorrow at noon. We're going to be awarding that $1,000. If you love jewelry, I've done you. If you love things that are shiny, Empty definitely is a place for you to check out. Text 6. Thank you so much for your attention and welcome aboard Great Coral Princess. We're getting ready for a 16-day Panama Canal transit cruise to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Ciao for now.
So I assume you heard that was the cruise director, and he was telling us about some of the entertainment that they've got going this evening. So we have dinner coming up in an hour. We're still a long ways away, so we're okay there. Interesting, they got their crane going here to bring those side buoys up, bumpers. Those are quite the bumpers too. Those are massive. Just very intriguing. Thank you, everyone. We have now passed over 100 people watching us right now. We are so happy that you've joined us. This is just so fun to have so many of you with us here. So being that it's 4 o'clock here, of course, I know it's 7 o'clock on the East Coast. So yeah, this is the time when, well, another 2 hours is when we normally would be doing our Friday Night Live. So we appreciate you joining us a couple hours early so you can see. So there goes the fuel barge. And as you heard the captain and the cruise director saying, they had to give us enough fuel because we have got a 16-day cruise here. And this is really the first time we have been, let's see, whoops. Thank you, Casey. I'm curious, so any idea what temperature is in Long Beach right now? So it's 68 degrees here in Los Angeles. So Long Beach being right there, I assume it's also 68 degrees. Now, of course, being on the water, it feels a little cooler. Right now, this is perfect. We are on the shade side. I did this on purpose. I like this side. I like the Vincent Thomas Bridge, and I didn't want to be in the direct sunlight. You can see the barge here going out into the sunlight from the shade of the ship. So we will be in the sun shortly. So I assume that as soon as he clears away from us, I could really go on the other side and see if they've cast off the lines, but we'll know soon enough. Okay, so they got their buoys up, so they're putting their crane down. Michael's joined us, thank you. Just a fun thing here. Yeah, we got over 100 people here with us right now. Thank you all for being here. get some motion going here soon, and we'll liven up the show for the evening. Just happy to have you all here joining us on this sail away. It's just such a fun thing. Yeah. Allison and I were talking. You know, well, number one, we definitely know that we are blessed. This is not normal life. This is definitely more, well, we are quite privileged in so many ways to be able to do this. But we're so happy to share it with you.
Let's get our picture together.
Okay.
Take it.
Sure.
Let's get a little closer together. There you go. Give me a big smile. And one more waving at me, okay? Just give me a wave. There we go. Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
so much.
you.
Thank you. Hi everyone. How's it going?
Really well. We got 102 people here.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So we're just having a lovely time, a wonderful time. So
Yes.
when you see us here, we are just thoroughly enjoying our group who is up here, as well as showing you the scenery. So I'm going to give you back to Gordon. Okay. Okay, then. Thanks, everybody. Oh, wait a
Hi
minute.
everyone. We want to thank Allison and Gordon for having us, hosting us, and hi to our family. We love you, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yes, we are too. We really are. Yes.
And there goes the fuel barge out the corner. And as Emil mentioned, this looks like they're getting ready to load up the Catalina Express. They're probably going to do a dinner cruise of some sort, because it's too late to go back out to Catalina. It's an hour to an hour and a half, and they normally don't do evening cruises out there. It's a daytime thing, though you can stay overnight. They've got some good hotels. Okay, I'm being told that the Navigator of the Seas just left. You know what? I think I'm going to jump up and let you see that.
Yeah, but I'm dressed.
I'll be right back.
All right, so we'll see you at dinner.
We're going to jump up and see the Navigator of the Seas up here. So most everybody lined up over here is in our group.
Taking a video.
Yes.
What's happening?
He's taking a video.
I'm going to show them up. So this is the sport court. Nobody playing basketball now. They were earlier. Oh, there it goes. Sorry for the panting. That's a good 15 to 20 steps. All right. There goes the Navigator of the Seas. And I guess if you're on Cruise Mapper, you can see where it's headed. I assume it's just going down the coast. So, more of Terminal Island here. There's that car carrier heading out there. This is the USS Iowa. It's a museum, battleship museum. Haven't been on there for a few years. It's time to go back. So again, this is the original Princess Love Boat terminal right here. And then the Navigator of the Seas left from that terminal over there. So the Navigator of the Seas is headed to Ensenada. And this is San Pedro. Oh, Holly's going to be on the Navigator in 2 weeks. Beautiful ship. There's some water slides up there on top you ought to take advantage of. So, but this is San Pedro. Right there in the middle is where the Crown Plaza is. So we stayed there. All right, who's saying that it's named after? Oh yes, Pedro. Yes, this is your town. If you look down, you'll see they've got some fountains running here just past the end of the building here. It's a Bellagio style. They even had the music going. It was quite pretty. The thing is, it's not where people can walk. So as you're driving by, you can see it quickly, and that's about it. Or when you're standing there in line for an hour and a half waiting to get into the terminal, you can hear the music and you can see the water spouting up over the parking lot. So that tells you, but they've done a wonderful job here. Further on past the Navigator of the Seas is an area that they've got some wharfs going. I think some of the new, when they have more than the 2 ships here in port, they put them down there, and they actually will, you can park here and they will shuttle you down to that ship. So this whole thing here is the Palos Verdes Peninsula. This is the very south tip of it. You know what? We may not be able to see Catalina. If you look out there, there's a marine layer. And so Catalina may be shrouded in clouds, which is very typical this time of year. When you realize how warm it gets, and then the water is cooler. Yes, we are on the coral, sorry. But with the water being cooler, it creates a fog, or basically just cloud cover that is down to the water. And so I'm not a meteorologist, I just like to know how things are done. So that's why we'll get some cloud cover, and we may not be able to see Catalina as we exit the harbor. We'll know shortly. I'm gonna go aft here so you can see a little bit more. Excuse me. Just beautiful. Again, this is just an absolutely perfect day. Somebody has asked before. There we are. Shuffleboard. Here's the shuffleboard pucks. Chuck leaves from this port tomorrow. Thanks. There's your shuffleboard, so you can do a game. So there's one of the scoring port, and here's another one of the scoring grids. So if you want to play shuffleboard, up here on the sport deck, it's available. All right. And this is the sanctuary. It is aft on the Coral Princess, just like it is on the Island Princess. Beautiful place. There's a pool right down there. So some others saying that they've been to the Panama Canal. I'm surprised at the number, or should I say the low number of ships, that there are so many open berths here. As I mentioned before, I started going down one road and I got sidetracked on my narrative. When we boarded, and that was on this terminal here, the Majestic Princess in October of 2021, we went to the Mexican Riviera, and that was Alice's and my first trip down there together. I'll link, you should find our videos from that trip. We had the best time. We were able to take that first sailboat, catamaran. No, it was just a standard sailboat ride. It was a nice little 38-foot sailboat that we went across Cabo San Lucas. We went to a cove. We went snorkeling, and Allison jumped off the ship jumped off the little boat there, and I have video of that sometime I'll share with you. And so we got to paddle around in that little cove, and then the next day we were in Puerto Vallarta. And if any of you might remember that day, that we took the Princess excursion there in Puerto Vallarta, and we got at the first stop, which is where the church and the town plaza is. And it was beautiful. We absolutely loved being there. But the bus was hot, and we both, I think we got stuck in the back, and Allison has a really, really hard time being in the back. And that's why we are always trying to be at the front, because she gets bus sick, I guess you would say. And we notified the tour guide. We let her know that we were exiting the tour at that time, and we decided that we could not continue the tour, the excursion with the ship. So we let them know that we could get ourselves back to the ship without any issue. And we found the hop-on, hop-off bus. It was right there. And we asked them about what they were doing, and they were saying it was $20 and that they ended up at the port. And we thought, why not? That was one of the funnest things that we have ever done. We hopped on that hop-on, hop-off bus, and it was maybe only a third full. And we met a nice couple from Oregon. He was a mortician, actually. Just the nicest people. And we drove around Puerto Vallarta with the music blasting and just had a wonderful time. Holly's going whale watching on the catamaran down there. Code 4 for Life is on the Koningsdam, and they are south, headed towards the South Pacific. Make sure to wave at the LA waterfront camera. We'll do that. Oops. We're just so happy that you're all here. So that was when we were here, and again then Puerto Vallarta, and then Mazatlan, and we got to see the port there and then back, and it was just a wonderful time. The thing that stood out to me, like I said, I don't see a lot of ships here, and throughout my growing up years, we would see these ships occasionally. Now that doesn't mean that this is not a busy port. This is a very, very busy port. I mean, look at the containers over there. This is your first port coming in from Asia. You got here, and you got Portland up the coast, and San Francisco. But where else on the West Coast, and Seattle too? But where else on the West Coast do you bring the ships in? And look at all the cranes and the cargo. So there are a lot of cargo ships that come through here, just continuously. Well, they were backed up. October 2021, COVID was waning, and there I counted 36 cargo ships off the coast here. Never in my life have I seen so many ships in one location like that. 36 cargo ships all waiting their turn to come here into the Port of Los Angeles to be able to offload their cargo, because they had been backed up for so many months without being able to come in, or had come in on a very small time frame. Now, I assume that on March 3rd and 4th, when we are at Panama City and going through the Panama Canal, that we will see just as many ships, and I'm excited for that. It is just amazing to me, just the technology, just the infrastructure of shipping and transportation. It's just wonderful what goes on around to support us in so many different ways. You think of the cargo flights that go on. Just wonderful. And Vancouver, of course, yeah. Vancouver's got their cargo. All right. I assume we're going to take off here soon. I'm going to go back to where we were. Let me go over here for a minute. All right. We are so looking forward to this cruise. Just time away from the normal hustle and bustle of life. Again, we know how blessed we are that this is certainly not something that many people get to do. And hi, Patty. So glad you could join us. I understand that this is not normal life. This is something that we have, through your generosity of watching and joining us, we have been able to expand our time on the water. We just love, thanks Pedro. Thank you. We just love to be here. Actually, you can see that the haze is lifting a little bit. This is evening time. It's 4:20, so end of the day. The breeze comes through, clears out the haze a little bit. It'll pick up a little bit, of course, as people are hopping back on the freeway to go home. So definitely smog is an issue here in Los Angeles still, but not to the degree, even though there are 5 to 10 times the number of people here in the LA basin from when I grew up. The smog has definitely been pushed back. They've done a good job with emissions, cleaning up the emissions that the cars put out. And so it's definitely not an issue that it used to be, even though the number of vehicles on the road has increased. So nice to know that they've done a good job. There we are back there with the oh, that other Catalina ship took off. Let's see if we can see it over here. Smells of smoke back here too. I think it did not go out of the harbor, so I think that Catalina transit went up the harbor more. And you can hear, I can feel these cargo semis as they go over. Oh, we're starting to move. Okay, it is too quiet back there. I don't want to disturb people. So I'm going to go back up where I was so that you can see that's the side I want to be on anyway. But I think we have started to back up here a little bit. Let's sit here for a minute. Give you another shot here, the Vincent Thomas Bridge. No, it's not the Golden Gate. No, it's not the Oakland Bay Bridge, but it is our own suspension bridge, the Vincent Thomas Bridge. Like I said, pure nostalgia for me. Pure nostalgia. They've got covered parking here using solar panels. Innovative. I've been to Phoenix where I see that a lot in the parking lots where they put solar panels and give you covered parking. So give you shade and at the same time make them useful. You can hear, I don't know if you can hear, but there is one spot that as the cars hit up with their tires. Let's see, do we have a favorite movie featuring the Vincent Thomas Bridge? I don't. Do you? I think that, let's see, my dad was on the Vincent Thomas Bridge when the 87 Whittier earthquake hit. Oh my, that would have, I was driving on the 210 freeway and everybody just came to a dead stop. Oh, Gone in 60 Seconds, there you go. And wasn't the new A-Team movie, wasn't it also done here at Terminal Island? But yeah, that would be scary to be on that bridge or any bridge during an earthquake. They lost part of the Oakland Bay Bridge during the, wasn't it about that same year when they had the earthquake with the World Series? So, the Lord likes to remind us now and then that we are not in charge here. We are just visitors. So, but what a beautiful day. Back in '89, okay. How many are on your group? There are 50 in our group. The ship is full. So this is the Coral Princess. It is one of the smallest of the princess ships. Oh, more, sorry. One more.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. So the Coral Princess and the Island Princess are the two smallest ships that Princess has still. And let's see, cruise has been sold out for weeks. Yes, this ship is full. There were people in our group that were given move over offers. And I assume if they were afraid of me, they took it. So maybe there's fewer people here now. All right. We have not moved, but I can feel the engines. I went aft for a little bit. Yeah.
I was just wondering what you wanted to do about dinner. Here, you can put that on. Everybody can hear.
Okay.
So we can. Okay.
Well, they're both here.
Yeah, I was wondering. So we're just having a little bit of a problem. Clearly, we are an hour and a half late sailing away so far.
Yeah, 112 people watching us.
And so our dinner, though, with our group is at 5. And so I'm trying to decide, should we stay here until we go?
I'll stay here.
Do you think I should? I can go do that, or do you want to come with us?
I'll be down shortly. We'll start. I'm sure we'll start to move here in a few minutes.
You are?
Yeah. And I'll test the waters then and see how many want me to continue. I'm happy. I don't know what my battery life is. So
We sure appreciate you all coming.
Oh,
it's
I've told
absolutely
them
wonderful
that.
to spend this day with you. Thank you. So much better having you all with us. Really, really special. So thank you. Did you tell what's the name of that bridge over there? Do you know that Whitewood?
I don't remember it. Yeah, I don't. We'll look it up.
Oh, thank you. Doing a great job. Oh, thanks so much, Fiona.
Yeah, Fiona, you need to go to
Yeah,
bed.
go to sleep, sweetheart.
Go to dinner. Enjoy your cruise.
Hey there, Ellen. Nice to see you, Lulu.
Yeah. So somebody.
Hi, Kristen. Nice to see you.
You got all these people
And
here.
Holly. How many are in our group cruise? We have 48. Holly. Lester back in 1890.
He's talking
hey,
about,
Patty. Hi, sweetheart.
So
Lester was here last October.
Yeah. There it is, John.
Hey, how
John
are you
Tom.
doing, John?
His dad was on that bridge during the Whittier Narrows
Oh my goodness.
earthquake.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
John would have been like us, living down there in the San Gabriel Valley area.
Everybody's saying go to dinner. You're so sweet. Get the iconic Gate Lighthouse. Hey, Lester. Hey, Sophia. Nice to see you, Wendy. Hey there.
You can only say that if you're from Florida.
Okay. Dinner isn't for another hour West Coast time. You know, they gave us 5 p.m. for our group, which I agree is really early. So I think I'm gonna, what should I do? Should I go to the main dining room and check and make sure they're lined up, or?
Well, we got at least 20 minutes before you need to get down there, right?
Yeah, hi Patty, thanks for saying that, love. Wish you were here.
Want to take one?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go see if I can find that group's lady.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I'll just be here and I'll be down there by 5. Okay? Holly, we wish you were there too. But don't worry, the time will come. Oh, look, if you look up here, you can see the traffic now. Things are a little more slow up there on the Vincent Thomas Bridge. Yeah, we'll hang around here for at least another 20 minutes. Because I like to be out on deck when the ship starts moving. I don't like to be stuck inside. Now, here's a little tidbit. So, when you're in Alaska, step out on deck as much as possible. There is so much to see in Alaska. We would go to dinner. That first cruise, very first cruise that Allison and I took together on the Grand in 2014. No, the Golden Princess. We would go have dinner, and then somebody would say, well, let's go to a show. And I'd let them go to the show. And I would step out on deck and just watch that beautiful scenery. I could not tear myself away from it. It was just so beautiful. And the thing is, it changes constantly. It is never the same. Yes, you can see, you know, landmarks that are there, landmarks that don't change, landmarks that do change. But it was just a wonderful thing to sit there and watch the mountains, the water up against the mountains, the peace that comes when you're sitting on the ocean. Yeah, there are days when the waves you wonder about the peace. But the peace that is there as you sail on the calm seas, and we've talked about this with the Mediterranean, the deep, the dark wine sea, as Homer wrote about. But just beautiful. The feeling that you get as you get to be on the water, definitely like I said, a lot of nostalgia for me. My father loved the ocean. Born and raised here in Long Beach, he built boats for himself. He and a buddy in high school built themselves a little boat, probably, I think he said 12, 15 foot long. They launched that thing down at Newport Harbor and it immediately sank. And he never gave up. The ocean called his name. He was my inspiration for loving the ocean. we went, like I said, we had a boat that I was on when I was 3 weeks old, a cabin cruiser. Fairlane, I think, was the brand. Fairliner, 28-foot cabin cruiser. There were, I was number 6 of 8 children. So when I was born, there were 6 children and 2 parents. So there's 8 of us crammed on that cabin cruiser going out to Catalina. And the memories just won't stop. And I mentioned earlier this evening the boat that we had in Newport Harbor, we called it the Bay Boat. We could invite a family down. You could easily, we had enough life jackets. Always gotta follow the Coast Guard, and had our life jackets, and we would just sit on that. And we would just watch, just putt around the harbor. Christmas time, the lights would come on the ships. They'd have a boat parade. They still have a boat parade in Newport Harbor every year, Christmas time. Get a bucket of chicken, get some ribs at the store. Just a lot of fun that we would have down there at Newport. I remember very, very fondly that house that I mentioned that was 60-some years old. No air conditioning was needed because you're on the ocean, you're on the harbor, and if it got warm, which it did now and then, you just open the windows and the breeze would come through. And we would fall asleep with the windows open, and in the middle of the night I would wake up and you could hear the waves crashing on the shore. We were on the harbor side of the Balboa Peninsula, and it was probably exactly a quarter of a mile, maybe a third of a mile across. It was one of the widest points of that Balboa Peninsula, and you could walk over to the ocean and put your feet in the water of the Pacific Ocean. But in the middle of the night, you could hear those waves crashing, and the sound was heavenly. Just to listen, and the calm, the peace that comes from listening to water. I think that's why people love fountains so much, is just to hear the water as it bubbles, or down a creek or something. It's just mesmerizing and calming. And so that's some of the same feeling I get when I'm on the ocean, is just to have that. And we still have not moved, and I've still got 15 minutes, so don't worry, you're not gonna cut me short if you leave. I'm gonna still be here, and I thank all 100 of you that are here right now. This is just delightful to have you here. You've noticed there's a lot fewer people because I think everybody else has decided it's time for dinner. And, well, I had a good-sized lunch, so I'm not going to worry about it right this instant. Let's get back up here where we can see a little better. This is the sanctuary. I am currently on deck 16. There's the sanctuary there. That is deck 15. Pretty certain. I'll correct myself. So here we are right at the aft, and it's just beautiful. A little bit further back, a little bit higher up, and much more isolated. It's beautiful here. Oh, I can see Baldy really good now between the towers of the bridge. And I think that's either Mount Waterman or that's not Wilson. Wilson's over there a little bit further to the west. I think Wilson is almost directly above this cargo ship here. John, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody else from the LA area here can correct me. There's a few peaks up there that I do know some of the names. Wrightwood is on the back side of those mountains. Just beautiful area up there. Just a lot of sound coming from that bridge as those trucks and cars go along that roadway. What an engineering marvel. Karen and Bob heading back to the show. Good. Yes, Lulu, the sanctuary is different. It is here. You saw, I showed it a little bit from above, and there it is down there too. One of the concerns about it is you can't stand on the aft of the ship like you can on some of the others and look to the rear because it's the sanctuary. I'm gonna look down and see if maybe we can see, I won't now, but later on I want to go down and see if we can go around the aft on the promenade deck. I'm hoping to be able to see that. So I can feel the engines, but we're just not doing anything. Terminal Island, right over there. Bridge to Long Beach. I'll have to get the name of that bridge. Someone was asking. I don't know. It has the same architecture as the bridge in Boston. So let's see, Navigator of the Seas. Is it walkable from the Crowne Plaza Hotel to the cruise port? It is walkable. You got to go through a lot of cargo area and industrial type area. We took an Uber. And Ubers are usually $11. It's a half mile, so that tells you how walkable it is. And of course, if you consider that when we get to your next port, some of these ports you're a half mile from the port to the town center or whatever. Yeah, it's the same thing. However, when you're boarding the ship, you have luggage that you're dragging behind you. So we got an Uber. Let's see, what year did I move away from Los Angeles? So Allison and I were married in 1986. We met at BYU. Typical love story. We met in college, got married, and then moved here to Los Angeles in late of 86. And I started working for family. And I worked for family until 1995 and decided that we wanted to raise our children in a better environment. I loved Los Angeles growing up, but it had changed so much. Let's see, it's called the Gerald Desmond Bridge, but the official name is the Long Beach International Gateway Bridge. Okay, Thank you for that information. John, I knew that I could count on you. Yeah, we moved the summer of 1995 out of Los Angeles. It was sad to leave, but we knew that it was not where we were supposed to be. So we followed our promptings and we moved to the same house that we've been living in now for 30 years this summer. So here it is, February of 2025. 30 years ago right now, we were planning our exit strategy from Los Angeles area. It was hard, but we knew that it was the right thing to do. We wanted to raise our children where we did end up raising them there in just outside of Salt Lake City. And they've branched out. We have 2 of them that are near us, but the other 2, one on the East Coast and one down in Arizona. And you've met Caroline, and she's done lives with us, so that's a lot of fun. And they need to be where their families are for the better. And we appreciate and understand that. But we are all blessed in this day and age to have the ability to hop on FaceTime and pick up a phone, and no more long distance charges. You're able to just talk to them. You pay your monthly fee for your data, and your cellular comes along with it. And so, excuse me, quite different from what we grew up with, wasn't it? No more dimes and quarters in the payphone. It's now dollars and tens of dollars and hundreds of dollars a month for certain data plans. But here we are in the port of Los Angeles. I am coming to you live from the aft of the Coral Princess. And you are sitting in your house, wherever you are. Oh, LA Port Police. Okay. I think they're doing a final check, final rundown. We are live on YouTube. You are watching me as I sit here live in the port of Los Angeles. The beautiful sunshiny day, 68 degrees. And you are sitting maybe in Arizona where it's even warmer. Maybe you're sitting in snowy Midwest where you had a good storm come through and now it's in the single-digit temperature range. And isn't this lovely? We are blessed with technology that has been revealed to us from the Lord, through great minds, those who have sought technological advances that allow us to look at this, look through that lens, and see the traffic on the Vincent Thomas Bridge live while you sit and enjoy your dinner. Oh, we have movement. In the comfort of your living room. And there's Emil walking towards us. I can see him in his blue shirt. That's the shirt that we made for the Love Boat cruise. So Emil is heading in. He's going to go change for dinner. And if you look forward, you can see some movement of water there. And you look down here, and here's the thrusters. There we are. So we are getting ready to move. This is lovely. The haze is cleared up a bit. You can see Baldy a lot better. So I'm not going to knock the technology that allows us to sit here and enjoy the company of each other. Thank you for being here. I truly enjoy knowing that you are, especially if you cold and snow, enjoying watching the warmth of the south coast of California. So I can tell we are moving ever so slightly. So they got the thrusters. Cold in Florida? No. The temperature here is in the upper 60s. It has cooled off. I'm in the shade. The sun is going lower on the horizon, so it's not 68 anymore. I would say it's probably 62. I don't see let's see. Let me pull this up. Oh, 69. I don't believe that. 9 degrees for Patty. Oh, Patty, I'm so sorry. 9 degrees. Wow. And that's the Midwest cold. Oh man. Get a little bit of wind going, get that wind chill coming through. Oh, I miss it, but I don't miss it. Oh, Holly, you got above 0. You got to 22. Patty's going to be 50 next week. Get some more view here. Sorry it's so cold there. We will show you live from the Panama Canal in a week and a half, and we understand it is hot and muggy there. When they went through a week ago, 42 in Seattle. Oof, still cold. But it was 90, I think they said, and very, very muggy. Looks like the traffic is stopped again up there on the bridge. And it's starting to move some more. John, I can understand your concern on that bridge. I like to get over a bridge as quickly as possible. I would not like to be sitting on it there. It takes the Coral Princess on March 9th in Fort Lauderdale. That is the day we get off. 63, yes, not sure I'm ready for the humidity this summer. Yesterday we were minus 37 Celsius, which is minus 34 Fahrenheit. Yes. So, a little bit of trivia. If we know that 0 Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's freezing temperature of water. 100 Celsius, which is 212 Fahrenheit, which is the boiling point of water. At what degree do they cross the same number? And that would be minus 40. Minus 40 Fahrenheit is the same as minus 40 Celsius. All I know is that's very cold. Okay. So, find us here. I am on my iPhone. You are watching live through my iPhone. I am connected to the land-based 5G network. I am not using the shipboard Wi-Fi at this moment. We have found that to be a little bit too unreliable. We'll see how it goes when we get to Mexico. In the past, it has worked for me to be on the land-based cellular network for our lives because the Wi-Fi has not been as good as we'd hoped, but we'll see. Okay, I think you heard that. Yeah, now we are definitely moving. So, this is a smaller ship. We do not get the Love Boat theme blasted on the horn because those horns are only on the Royal class and newer ships, which would be the Regal, the Royal, the Discovery, the Enchanted, and of course now the Sun and the Star, and there's one other, the Majestic. I think there may be one other I missed in there. But we did get a blast of the horn and we are moving. So I will hold this still and you can see. Yeah, the sky, yes. Thank you, John. Yes, we are moving. In fact, you'll see if you look at the perspective of this tower here, you can tell very much so that it's going to change. It is slow, but we are moving. Tugboat over there on that MSC Romaine. Ruby and Emerald, they are smaller. I don't remember the class of ship that is, but they are smaller and do not have okay, they've moved the waterfront camera aimed towards us. Yeah, the grand class of ships. They do not have the Love Boat themed whistle. Okay, here's the Harbor Patrol. So I'm going to hang around here for just a couple more minutes and I'm going to run downstairs and join everybody for dinner. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about the nostalgia of Los Angeles of the 1970s. Thank you for allowing me to reminisce. Okay, I'm gonna go. You can watch me as I walk down when I get to a point where I think we're done. I'm going to take you with me as far as I can. I'm going to keep going until I have to go inside, because I want you guys to be able to see as much of this as possible. This is the back of the Island Princess sign, Coral Princess. I keep getting mixed up. We were on the Island Princess 2 years ago. This is the Coral Princess. Just going to keep you on here. Yeah, we're starting to angle too. So we're turning. Hi from Texas. Welcome from Texas. You can see we've turned out of that channel right here. This little turning basin.
They pulled it up.
There you go.